So it's been a little while since we made a video, and today I'm hooking our water tanks up for water for the chickens. I have I have some pipe and I have some nipples and I have two IBC totes with covers on them. And I thought I had one of them connectors on both tanks, but I don't. I don't have one on this one, which is okay, but I just can't hook the two tanks together. Then this tank here is actually full. This one here's got some in it, but this one here is full. So right now I have it unhooked, but it just hooks into the gutter of the little mini barn. So I'm gonna hook this up to where the two tanks are hooked together. I won't be able to hook them together because I don't have a Fernco coupling, but I'm gonna run it through the fence and then up around the corner there. So yeah, and I figured I'd bring you along to show you what we had going on. I just wish I would have got that. And then I got some heat tape. I'm going to run through that as well so that this winter I can plug it in and it won't freeze up. Hopefully it won't freeze up. But anyways, I'll get part of it done today. I won't get it all because I don't have no silicone because I forgot to get it. And I thought I had a Fernco fitting on both tanks, but I only have it on the one. So it's not that big a deal. We still got plenty of water, and it's not late enough in the year that I need the heat tape to keep it from freezing. So we're gonna do what we can anyways. I'm gonna get it all done except for hooking that up. I'll get it all done except that. I'll just have to get a Fernco, and I'll have to put the heat tape in. But it's not gonna be that big a deal to do that. So yeah, that's where we are right now. So that's what we're gonna do. $52. Dang it. Pipe's wanting to roll, and I ain't smart enough to hold the tape up right. This is just primer. Softens it up somewhat so that the glue will actually glue better. And it cleans the pipe. You do it on the inside of your fitting as well. Then you glue it. Put a little bit on this side. When you do this, when you push it on all the way, and spin it a little bit, and you spin it like that so you get all the air bubbles out. And then that's it. And then I need to go glue this in the other piece. Then when you put this in, you gotta make sure, get my hose out from the outside of it so I can get it. Need to make sure that when you shove this in and then turn it, you gotta make sure that your elbow is gonna, and it's gonna work out just perfect. If I had a Fernco, I'd have that wrapped up. Either way, it'll work. I just got it. I just need to. I need to put on this end. I'm going to take another little piece, put a valve on, and then a elbow on it, so I can fill 5-gallon buckets up over here. And then this end here will have a piece, then an elbow. I just need to measure what I need. So what I have now is these little nipple waters. These are for chickens and ducks. The pack I bought, I wished it did, but it never showed me what size drill bit I needed. It took me a little while to figure it out. I think it's a 9mm. Fits it perfectly. So I'm going to drill holes in this piece every 8 inches for these to stick in. It drills fairly easy. I drilled a test hole in a good many. Wish I had me a little jig I could put on there to keep my bit going straight, but this will just have to be. And that is pretty much it, man. I'll just thread them in. Thread them as far as I can. It's got a little seal here on it. And since it's plastic and the pipe is plastic, I shouldn't need any glue or any tape like I was thinking. It should seal itself up. They actually get pretty snug too. It's kind of surprising. Don't want to over tighten these, you'll strip them out. So just tight. I tightened that one up till it just started oozing out the gasket. You see it, and you can feel it actually starting to get snug in that pipe. Glue a cap on one end. On the other end, I'll probably just get another Fernco. And put on it. That way I can take it out and clean it out if I never need to clean it. Then this cap, so the heat tape will actually go inside of this when I put it in. I'll drill a hole in this and shove the heat tape through it. It'll make it the whole way to the other end. And then I'll silicone it in so it doesn't leak. When you go to Lowe's is you make sure you have a set of these. At least our Lowe's anyways. I can't speak for all of them. But our local Lowe's sells this, which is ridiculously expensive for what it is. This pipe is 1.5 inch PVC, Schedule 40. It's just water pipe. And they sell this for a 5-foot piece. It's $12, and for a 10-foot piece, is only $11. So what I did this morning, I didn't feel like taking the trailer down to Lowe's, so what I did this morning was I took my cutters with me because I didn't feel like taking the trailer because it's full of lumber. I didn't feel like emptying it, so I just took my cutters, and the one I cut as long as I could, the one I just drilled all them pieces in, I left it as long as I could leave it. And the other two I cut in half, which would be 5 foot long. So that way I didn't have to hook my trailer up, take it, strap them in. I just stowed them in the back of the car. Works pretty good. So if you ever go to Lowe's and need PVC, and you can always buy couplings too. Couplings aren't that expensive. They're pretty cheap. Glue on couplings, they're not that much. And there that all is. It's a few days later than the last time I was on here making the waters, but I got my coupling, got it installed. You see me put the rest of that together. You see me put this together. So I have this coupling here glued on. I'm going to take it inside the chicken yard and glue it on that piece of pipe. And then I'm going to come out here and turn the that tank on, because it's the full tank. And I'm going to let that enclose for now, and I'm just going to make sure I ain't got no leaks. Push it in, give it a little bit of a turn. Make sure you get all the air bubbles out. Let it sit there for a few minutes. Go, get back. You can't have that glue that dripped off there. It's going to nasty stuff. You don't want that. Like I say, that glue dries pretty quick. Hopefully that works out good. We'll see. I've never used this style of nozzle before. Hopefully the chickens can actually reach all of them. This one here's actually higher than I expected it to be, but they're there, then it's lower. But you know, the pipe's pretty level. It ain't necessarily perfect, but it's fairly level. We just live on a hill. This is probably the flattest part of our property, actually. Turn on the water and see how they react, how everything works. Fingers crossed. No more leaks there. I'm gonna walk in the chicken yard and see if there's any leaks on them nozzles. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Then we're gonna have to train them to drink out of them nozzles then, instead of out of the stuff they've been drinking out of. So it'll probably take a little bit for them to figure it out. Actually, they're dripping. A couple of them are dripping. Some ain't, some is. They're dripping out the I guess they're just might have a little dirt in them or something. Seems like once I clear them, they quit dripping. Yeah, I think that's all they needed then. Maybe not. That near's dripping pretty good. Of course, it may be dripping. That's the only one dripping right there. The rest are dripping out but they're not dripping much. I don't know how much that actually would be if it drips like that. Is that a lot of water coming out of it? Probably not. See that, and there's dripping out the bottom here. I was going to put silicone on all those, but I'd never. Tell what, they work pretty good though. I wonder if they don't drip because of the weather. That shouldn't be turned down, but I don't want it turned down. I want it turned sideways. Then we'll let it go for a little while and then see how much water actually drips out of that. Then when it's dripping, I don't think it's going to matter at all. But it's still losing water. If I have to, I could always cut that coupling out I just glued in on that and turn it so the nozzles are straight down. But I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted it to be sideways, just because of how high it has to be. So right now they're pretty much equalized. This near's just under 200 gallons. This near's just about the same. I want to marker here. This is what we mark tags with a lot of times. They work pretty good. I'm just going to mark it. I can keep that out of the way. Mark a line right there. Mark that line right there, and then so I'll come back to this in about an hour and see where they are to the lines. There's no leaks here. I think we got leaking, just a little bit of drips on them nozzles, but I don't think that's going to hurt us at all. I think we still got almost 400 gallons of water, and we only got 49 chickens. So it's probably been close to 2 hours since I did this. After I finished this and put the marks on, I went in the house, changed my hat because I had my good hat on. I didn't want to get all dirty, and I was mulching around with the asparagus. But the wood line on these barrels, as you can see, it's minuscule at most. As far as the chickens go, they are curious, but they don't seem really to care a whole lot about it. One thing I noticed though is it's this valve right here, brand new valve, just bought it at Lowe's, and it leaks. It's shut off, and every once in a while you get a big gust of water coming out of it. Pretty near filled that 5-gallon bucket up. Since it pretty near filled that bucket up since I got this ready. So what do? It's already glued together. Ain't like I can take it back. I'm just going to cut it off, put a cap on there, and I can run my heat tape through it. So when I do that, I'll bring you back and have a little short video on that. But I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I just need to get the chickens trained on how to drink out of those drinkers, nipple. Easy for me to say. The nipplers. I'm probably going to paint this PVC white, or black. It'll help with heat. It'll help keep it from freezing as much. Then I got a heat tape I'm going to put down on the inside of that. And when I do that, I'll show you all how I do it. But for now, I just wanted to show you how I was going to save water off the roof and water our chickens. So this is a pretty good idea. And this here actually came from, I can't remember the guy's name, but we were at the Homesteaders United Jamboree, and he had to set up like this. He was showing us in one of those seminars. So that's where this idea came from. He's the one who had the heat tape on the inside of the pipe. I want to copy his design, but it actually seems like it's going to work pretty good. Just like I said, I just need to get the chickens trained to drink out of it. But I think they're going to do just fine. I did put plastic over their thing the other day when we was getting all that rain. So that'll help them too. So remember to keep the Carolinas and all the affected areas in your thoughts and prayers, and keep Florida. They're getting hit. Actually, they're getting hit tonight. I don't know when this video will go out, but Hurricane Milton's hitting there tonight. So keep them in your prayers and thoughts as well. So until we meet again, y'all take care and God bless.